The story of the Cause is so enchanting, it's almost too good to be true. Three beautiful sisters, Andrea, Caroline, Sharon, and their big brother Jim, who started singing together as kids and grew up to become an Irish supergroup. What makes their success so lovely is it's refreshingly free of the fuss of controversy that many bands seem to attract or want. The Cause are just a happy family, happily causing joy for their fans. And there are plenty of them here in Australia, which is why, after more than 20 years away, they're back.
Go on, leave me breathless. Come on.
As sparkling as Sydney Harbour is, today it has some serious competition. Because cruising by the Opera House are Irish superstars The Cause, back in a town they love for the first time in more than 20 years.
It's amazing. I mean, I think we just always felt like home here. I mean, we're very similar people to the Irish.
How's the Irish skin going in this Sydney sun? Fine.
A sunny afternoon on the water in Sydney is a long way from their small hometown in Ireland. But just being here shows how, over 3 decades, siblings Andrea, Caroline, Sharon and Jim have conquered the world. Not that there's a diva among them.
Happy sound?
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of.
It's not promising, is it?
Let's see how it goes.
See what happens, yeah.
Sure, it'll be grand. Yeah, just press record.
We're a very professional operation of 60 minutes.
Yeah, 60 hours. We're on 60 hours today, not 60 minutes. Yes, okay.
From their first album, released in the early 1990s, The Cause were acclaimed. They took a unique brand of Irish folk pop, including traditional instruments such as the tin whistle and bodhrán, and made it mainstream. But the real secret of their success is something far simpler, happily being a happy family.
I've always wanted to do that.
Something that still shows today. How do you not get sick of each other? Or do you get sick of each other?
Well, we have done, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
There's some disagreement on the couch.
She's fibbing over there.
Never sick of you.
We're like any normal family. We have our moments, of course, but we share the love of music, and that's what keeps us together.
How do you go with 3 sisters, Jim? Are they bossy?
Are they bossy? I suppose they can be. I can be a bit bossy too.
Squabbles over who's the boss probably started back when they were pulling pints in their auntie's pub in Dundalk. It's how they used to earn some money, and it's where they decided to really give music a go.
There was a pink piano there. You might have played it a couple of times. But there was the other gigs. Yeah. So we started by serving drink, really, and then we moved on to music. So our parents were musicians. So I think there was a love of music in the house and, I suppose, an inevitability. I mean, all of us loved music. And, yeah, that was our shared love. That was the passion in our house.
Soon enough, the fresh-faced Cause formally became a quartet. Do you look back and have a laugh at those early days?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And we're not the only ones. a lot of people are laughing. A lot of people have a laugh at those early days.
Some of those gigs were funny, and the early TV where we looked like, rabbits in the headlights, just absolutely terrified.
I would run away with you.
In those early days, there was a lot of experimenting with their sound. But it was their lyrics that often caused the most red faces. Runaway, for example. Where does a song like that come from?
It became something around the piano in the house that was beside the studio.
That's really
I was
common
always
for
a bit
bands.
embarrassed about it with Mum and Dad, to be honest, because it was like with the lyrics I had written at adolescence. Close the door, lay down upon the floor.
I know, yeah.
And by candlelight, make love to me through the night. Oh, baby.
Make love to me through the night.
They might laugh about it now, but Runaway was a runaway success. And all the sweeter after some earlier rejection.
I think that, because we had worked so hard for such a long time and experienced some major disappointments, being turned down from various different record companies. And
Hang on, you guys were knocked back?
yes,
Oh yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
yeah, we were actually turned down by the same guy that turned down the Cranberries.
Yeah.
That's a great legacy.
I bet he lost his job pretty quick.
We're not mentioning names.
No, we're not.
Poor guy.
I actually remember his name. I
So do
remember
I.
So
his
do I.
name.
So come on, leave me breathless.
Over 3 decades, they've released 7 albums, sold 40 million of them worldwide, and gone multi-platinum in Australia. So it's no wonder this impromptu busking session outside the Sydney Opera House last week was such a hit. While it might just have been a warm-up, the very lucky passers-by didn't seem to mind one bit.
When you're in music, you're always just striving to sort of do a great performance, do what you love, feel connected to what you're doing. Especially when you're on that treadmill and you're moving from place to place. We were always sort of just trying to get our music out there and hope that people appreciate it, you know?
We were very shy people, and you know, we did get out there on stage, and there was comfort in numbers, you know, but we were, you know, super shy.
And if there's no tomorrow,
In an industry so obsessed with looks and labels, much has been made of the Corrs' beauty. In fact, Andrea was named the most beautiful woman in the world. And while they've barely changed, their attitudes have.
Regardless of you know, us being considered, you know, pretty and handsome, you know, it was never really something that figured for us, because we just genuinely wanted to be better musicians and better writers all of the time. But I have to say, it's kind of almost becoming the reverse now. As you get older, you go, oh yeah, no, yeah, tell me I look great. I'm delighted. You know, it's like no, give me more of that stuff that I used to hate.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of turns on its head. You know, bites you.
Why did you hate it? Why did you hate being
We
referred
didn't
to
really
as
hate
beautiful?
it. I think sometimes, especially with the girls, they used to focus on our looks rather than any ability. And so therefore, the sort of whole idea of writing songs or talent would just get sort of forgotten.
We always made sure to play live so that we'd kind of get rid of any fabricated, you know, sheen kind of, you know, what do they used to call it? Manufactured. A
They
manufactured
used to
family.
suggest we were manufactured, yeah.
So, yes.
We were like manufactured in a womb. So it's interesting.
They may be genetically blessed, but they also have their parents to thank for their musical talent. Mum and Dad, Jean and Jerry, always ensured family was at the core of the Corrs. So losing them, especially their mum when she was just 57, had a profound impact.
Yeah, she was our biggest fan.
I don't remember having fully grieving at the time, because we were so busy and doing so much. So I think that grief then gets pushed into the future later on, and then you start to feel those emotions come up again.
When Dad passed, it was just, you know, just so...
No.
I just, yeah. I think there's something about when both parents are gone, that it is, you're really face to face with your own mortality. And you know that you won't get that love again, that of a parent. Nobody will look at you that same way. They loved Australia. In fact, there was before they had us, and when they were early married, in the early days of their marriage, there seemed to be some kind of incentive to go to Australia and move your whole life over here. But they really considered that.
Really?
Yeah. So
The Corrs could have been Australian.
actually been Australian.
I would love to love you like you do me.
They may as well have been Australian. Such is their following here. Which is perhaps why they didn't hesitate to fly halfway across the world for a whirlwind 96 hours.
We've got an extra band member.
And as if my inner teenager wasn't thrilled enough to be covering the Corps' visit, imagine the excitement when I was invited to become the 5th Corps.
What can I say to make you feel this?
Thankfully for everyone here, it was only the sound check, and only for one song.
What can I do to make you love me?
The real show, of course, came at night. When the Corrs performed for the first time in Australia in 2 decades, in front of 12,000 people among the vineyards of the Hunter Valley. A taste of what's to come when they tour the nation late next year.
One more time, I would.
We always talked about Australia coming back, though. It was something that over the last few years we kept talking about it, and really wanted to do it, and also had so much nostalgia and so many great moments here that we thought, oh, we have to come back.
Like we used to come, used to cleverly have the tour organised for like January and February. So we'd leave poor depressed Ireland and come to sunny Australia. And we have such great memories from being in Australia.
Hello, I'm Sarah Arbo. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our Extra Minutes segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.